Imagine waking up to drumming. I did this morning in my head. Sometimes I do to the high school band practice with that awful martial minor blare of the brass. But what that must have been before, in Africa, wherever it happened, for whatever, when, for war, I hear only a call to meet, for serious business to meet and to avoid war, to announce arrivals, negotiations, and feasting and laughing and the serious business of communing. Of course, war co-opted this summoning. It was so powerful. I think some of us will think it is the sound of an enemy outside the gates, except I don't live or sleep inside gates. I would be in the open when I heard them. You could hear them coming down Garden Street on a Saturday, playing freestyle on the Cambridge Common. People would just show up and join in all day, dreadlocks and gold teeth smiling. I used to walk around the Common in the summer, just letting the drums fill me up. It felt like they were connecting me to everything. Perhaps it was this narcotic. The banners who banned them were banning. On Cambridge Common, the drums played for hours. As I walked home, they disappeared, abandoned me to the natterings of the street corner with its warning red lights and drivers stressfully seeking parking. The drum is for walking stressless, and I missed them the rest of the week. I missed my freedom from nattering. They didn't make me dance, though I was a dancer by then. Every boy of 15 has a dance before it is shut down. I would syncopated shuffle like the jump up in Trinidad Carnival. It is a kind of dance or a walk going nowhere in particular, a sort of stamped worship of the earth I stood on, a gentle, tough love stomp. Mother, I am here. I can hear them now. Maybe they never go away. I know they were banned a lot, the drums, by people who heard war in them, I guess. Outside their gates, their cities of timid harmonies and melodies unanchored by rhythm, these fearful people thought the drums communicated in a language they could not translate. Yes, they were communicating in a language you could not translate. They were a collective call that scared the uncollected. The threat in them was what they threatened to wake, like Elvis in us. I never felt a threat, never heard a call to war. I heard no sound of a wave that would drown the whole world, no thunder that roared out a warning. Thunder presages rain, which brings life. It warns you might get wet, only if you mind getting wet. Another Trinidad lesson was that the heavy rain brought great relief. The road hissed, maybe in protest. It had been laid solid on the earth, so we need not walk on the earth. I walked on the earth beside the road while it hissed. Cars stopped by the heavy rain that blinded them and sounded like drums on their tin roof, and inside we cowered. The steady thud stones you, shuts you up with its power. You must surrender to it. You are not equal to it. Maybe we make war in envy, imitating nature's non-malicious power with malice. Wynton Marsalis does this sound with his trumpet sometimes. In between his virtuoso melodies, he makes the sound of the earth crying. He made it when Ed Bradley died. They never recorded that sound, that Louisiana grief. They recorded the great harmony that for me meant less, as it was not presaged by the howl. Wynton has a constant drum. The story of the little drummer boy. Then he smiles at me, he, Jesus, source of us, who never since smiled at drums.